so they can get better, to train. You need to practice and hone your skills. The USAR teams, how good are they if they can't practice through drilling through concrete, cutting through steel to get trapped victims? How good our SWAT team is going to be unless they can actually practice in different buildings? We practice in the same building all the time. It wouldn't be worth the while. We need to practice different venues all the time, different skill sets, communicating. As the Chief Linsky mentioned on the segue to this, that we're integrating fire and EMS to come into a HUD zone. So we're trying to save people. We need the USAR teams to help us get trapped victims out, but we need to protect them. We need the tactical medics to get in to start treating people with gunshot injuries while we're fighting the bad guys still. We can't just wait and say, stop, time out. No, we have to continue on with the mission of stopping the bad guys from hurting people, but saving as many people as possible.
For people who don't know, and you mentioned it already, but the attack in Mumbai, which was something we, by all accounts, we've never seen before. How much of what happened in Mumbai affected or influenced this training? A lot of it?
Yeah,
all
yes,
of
exactly.
it? I mean,
we try to model some of it, quite frankly, after it. And we had multiple explosions because in Mumbai, they were shooting people indiscriminately, and they
grabbed a train station, a hospital, a hotel, a cafe, in simultaneous attacks. So the law enforcement officials there were like, what the heck is going on? They didn't know what to do.
And they were leaving multiple explosive devices behind. And that's why we put explosions in there. In the consolidated event, we had started off with an explosion, then another simulated explosion where walls were collapsed and people were trapped. And the fire USAR teams actually had to cut through steel, had to cut through concrete, had to drill through walls to actually get people trapped on the other side. We also had to have SWAT teams protect them. Then we had the EOD teams, the bomb squads, had to come in while we're tending to victims because there was a backpack left with a bomb right there. Then we had a couple of victims tied up with duct tape with bombs strapped onto them.
Holy
the
cow.
EOD teams had to practice that hands-on without any robots of actually getting to the source of the bomb and eliminating the power source.
And I think we got to say, too, I mean, a lot of the officers there, I mean, these were like some of your seasoned veterans, your SWAT teams, your specialty units. So you kind of were testing the best of the best. Is that safe to say?
No, they are. These are highly trained men and women who worked hard. We've invested a lot of dollars and capital in training them, buying the equipment, the robots, all the X-ray machines to see what's in these devices or a backpack. This is how we need to train so we can protect the public. We have calls every day for suspicious backpacks. Those happen on a continuous basis, but to train to this type of level, to get them to really hone their skills, to help but make us safer, to make the region safer.
It's that simple. You want to get good at something, you got to practice, you got to work at it. Again, my favorite newspaper, the Herald, predicted that there'd be some serious inconvenience, intrusion for people visiting the city, living in the city. As the media coverage showed, I don't think there were any complaints about what went on. You guys had 12 sites in various parts of Boston and surrounding towns. Were there any?
No, not that we heard of.
Complaints that
some of the situations we set up were secluded away from the general public, where people, and it was credentialed only. You couldn't get into it for safety's sake.
Right.
We wanted to practice with our experts in the field. There was no complaints, and why practice on a Sunday night when no one's around?
Right.
Why not practice when the bad guys would think, are they going to attack us in the middle of a night when no one's around? Are they
No,
attack when train stations
it kills me
are full?
because most of the people we talked to too were like, thank you. Thank you for this. We assume this is what you should be doing. We want to make sure our police officers, firefighters, EMS are prepared for something like this. Nice to know what's being done. The scope of it, though, I mean, Boston, obviously, but we're talking about the 12 sites. How many sites were there? I mean,
there was 5 SWAT sites, 3 EOD, Explosive Ordnance Division bomb sites, and there was 3 USAR sites, search and rescue. So down at the Quincy shipyard, the fire departments had 3 separate sites set up to practice different skill sets the search and rescue teams use. EOD and K9, they had 3 sites located in the region to practice, active shooter or people, leaving devices that they'd have to render safe. And then we had 5 SWAT event sites where they had to go in and get a chemical attack in Cambridge. They had to go do an active shooter at the Copley Marriott Hotel in Boston. Pine Manor College in Brookline we used as a place where we had another active shooter. Multiple locations like that. And then after they all did their 5 different locations, or 3 for bomb or 3 for USAR, they all they all converged onto the consolidated site in South Boston, a massive
For the final showdown.
Well, yes, to integrate all those skills.
Okay.
And we were trying to test our commander's ability to integrate well with fire. Fire work well with police. Police work well with EMS. Integrate our SWAT assets, our EOD SWAT assets, our K-9 assets to deal with, to use, and to try to solve the problems put forth in them.
How did we do?
We did excellent. We tested, we challenged them.
Yeah.
They were very taxed.
I didn't see anybody saying, oh, you kidding me, that was it? I mean, seeing the faces, seeing these guys come out of these different scenarios, I didn't see anybody who felt like this.
No, they were very stressed. They were very stressed.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted them to do, to be. We wanted them to learn from it. And was everyone perfect? No, but
that's why you do it.
Nothing is ever perfect.
Yep, let's learn from the mistakes now in a controlled environment as opposed to, God forbid, something like that would ever happen.
What was very important, too, about learning from doing this exercise is that preparing for the exercise, the 5 months of planning for it, that's where we learned a lot, all the planning teams, on working with one another. We work with each other at fire scenes or tragic scenes, but usually if the fire scene, the fire's the lead. If it's a police crime scene, the police are the lead.
Yeah, it's like one shows up, the other leaves, but when you have everybody, like you said, working together as a team, one trying to save lives, another trying to defend the person trying to save the lives, taking out bad guys.
But it's for all the teams in the Metro Boston area working cohesively.
Touch on that too, because it's not just Boston.
No.
Like Cambridge involved, Winthrop involved,
Somerville,
State Police, Somerville, Quincy.
Yep.
This tested the region. So we
Brookline.
get a chance to see Brookline, what we do as a region, not just as a department, but how we do as a region.
If something happens in Quincy, Quincy's going to call, we're coming to assist Quincy like we do all the time.
Yep.
If some tragic incident like this happened in the Boston, we'd call our brother and sister agencies to come in and help us deal with this tragedy. And, if something goes on for more than a 12, 24, 72-hour cycle, these teams are all taxed, so we need to have relief built in. So as one team's working for 8 to 10 hours at a site, they need to step down, have another team relieve them. So it's good training for all of us to do. It's something we need to do, something we'll probably continue to do in the years coming.
I want to ask you the best, if there was one lesson in particular that jumped out at you. Was there one thing that you walked away or was a takeaway for you that you said, wow, I really learned this?
I think that we learned that we got to keep doing it. We have to keep doing it to become better and better because people out there that want to hurt us, they're looking for weaknesses in our country, our free democratic country. They want to hurt us, and this is the best way. Not even external, could be internal. People just don't like how things are going and want to hurt people.
You said it, but there are people of evil intent in this country, outside this country. But again, that Mumbai attack just goes to show that, hey, this can happen. And if it's going to happen here, we need to prepare and think about how we're going to respond to it.
And also even man-made, not even man-made, but natural disasters, the tornadoes that are happening, hurricanes in our region, floods. So we work as a team to help one another to save as many lives as possible.
And thoughts and prayers certainly out to the people in Joplin, Missouri. That was just horrific. Couple minutes left. I obviously want to leave some time to get into your stellar athletic career and exploits. But before I do that, of all the partners, the Copley Hotel was one of the partners. I thought that was kind of interesting. What was their role and why was it important to have them involved?
Well, when you bring in teams from around the region, we actually even brought a team in from California. We need a base of operations, which the hotel, people stayed at the hotel because they're traveling. We also had a vendor show because we use different types of equipment to see what bulletproof vests work, what robots help us to defuse bombs. What command vehicles, what technologies that are out there. There's so much, General Dynamics was a huge sponsor of it. They came in with technology for our harbor unit, hardened notebooks, Blue Force tracking, multiple different types of technology to help us see better at night for infrared technology. That was a base of operations to have the vendor show. Then that was a location we did an active shootout.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that, I'm surprised the company's like, yeah, sure, you can use our hotel, but why was it important for them to allow us to get in there to
because it could really happen.
It could happen to them.
We've used the Copley Mall to try different events and to practice some of our skill sets. The Copley Marriott is a great partner as well. All our hotels in the region are great.
Anybody to thank in particular? I'm sure there's a ton of people to thank about because this was not easy to bring it up.
No, there's no one. It's just all the agencies involved from both the police, the fire, EMS, all the EOD teams, the SWAT teams, all the planning people that helped get it going. 5 months' time was a very daunting task to get it all into play. a lot of great. There's no one person. It's
team effort.
It's a full team effort from all agencies.
Two final questions. Robert Kraft, we showed him earlier in the show. I guess he pigeonholed you, pulled you aside after he spoke, and he wanted to know why you didn't pursue football.
Well, I told him once the lockout is done, then I'll pursue it again.
So there's a chance.
There's a chance.
Okay, we may see you on Sundays.
I know they're looking for a defensive tackle. I'm all on board.
Or a defensive back or a quarterback. I mean, there's many positions you can play. All right, lastly, I can't imagine anybody would be watching the Bruins-Tampa Bay game.
I can't believe so either.
But I need a prediction for Bruins-Tampa Bay. Who's going to win tonight?
Bruins all the way, baby.
Bruins all the way. You heard it here from a guy who knows his hockey. The phone line should light up now.
That's right, Jamie.
Darrin, Greeley. All right, easy.
Just pass me the puck once in a while.
Buddy, a lot of great information. Thank you so much. Urban Shield was a huge success, and kudos to you and everybody involved in it because it was. I mean, I got a chance to see it. And it was great. So,
full team effort.
Darrin Greeley, tonight's guest. Happy to have Darrin in studio. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, you learned a little bit about Operation Urban Shield. Thanks for watching the show. Until next time, everybody. Have a great week. Good night, and we'll see you next time.